Welcome everyone to another Receiving Noor weekly Quran study. We are continuing to read Surah 45, Al-Jathiya, usually translated as the kneeling down. And we're around verse 16 of this chapter. And as usual, Sister Yamina will be leading the study. And we are welcome to join in with our thoughtful comments or questions. We also have a more formal Q&A session at the end. And we highly encourage you to take mental notes or actual notes as we study together. Because toward the end, we'd like people to share what they are taking away from the session, inshallah. So with that, I'd like to turn to Sister Yamina, unless if there's anybody who wants to share anything from last week or anything that stayed with you, welcome to do so now. Okay, so then let's turn to Sister Yamina and inshallah have a beautiful and fruitful session. Bismillah. Jazakallah khair, Sister Yamina.
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله العظيم الكريم الرحيم الذي لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم ونتوب إليه سبحانه. So far we've learned that all creative activities are ayat, meaning signs, messages to people who are open to believe, those who reflect and use their intellect and therefore have yaqeen, they have certainty. And we also understood that anyone who ignores these ayat, these messages, is only deceiving himself, and he will end up depriving himself of indispensable divine guidance and mercy. And that ignoring of the messages will cause him to live in fear of death, anxiety, purposelessness in this life. And more significantly, this choice of ignoring the ayat or mocking them and not taking them seriously, and therefore, together with the ayat, what we are rejecting is the divine guidance that comes with them. This will cause the denier, the one who ignores them, to suffer in the life to come when he realizes the truth of his misdeeds. And in the hereafter, everything will be plain and clear to everyone. Whereas in this world, we can misguide ourselves, we can delude ourselves. Then in ayah 12 and 13, we were reminded again that it is God who has made the sea of service unto us so that ships might sail through it by his command, subhanah, and that we might seek to obtain of his blessings and that we might be grateful. So all this, when we truly understand the messages of the ayat in the Quran and in the creation, we understand that nothing is created in vain, nothing is created without purpose and wisdom and rahmah, and therefore we would be in a state of perpetual, constant gratitude. So all this is to realize how blessed we are, not only with the scripture and the divine guidance, but the divine guidance is what enlightens the purpose and the meaning of everything, and make us realize that everything is a blessing. Whatever befalls us is a blessing from God. And so the purpose of all this, one of the main purposes, is to surrender onto this truth and be grateful for all the blessings. And we're told he has made of service to us all that is in the heavens and on earth. In this, behold, there are ayat, messages, signs, indeed, for people who reflect. And those who reflect on the ayat they can appreciate the divine favors and they are grateful. Whereas those who ignore the ayat, those who mock them or don't take them seriously, they are the ungrateful. So there is a new layer in ayah 12 and 13, which is the gratitude. And now in ayah 16 and 17, you remember last week we stopped at ayah 15. In ayah 16 and 17, we are given an example of ingratitude from people who were blessed above others with scripture, with wisdom, and with prophets and good things. We are told in ayah 16 and 17, and indeed we gave the children of Israel the scripture and wisdom and prophethood, and we provided for them with good things and favored them above others, and we favored them above other people, and we gave them clear indications of the purpose of faith, the purpose of religion. Yet after all this knowledge had been given to them, they differed out of mutual rivalry and envy. Truly, your sustainer, your Rabb, will judge between them on the day of resurrection regarding all whereon they used to differ. ولقد أتينا بني إسرائيل الكتاب والحكم والنبوة ورزقناهم من الطيبات وفضلناهم على العالمين وأتيناهم بينات من الأمر فما اختلفوا إلا من بعد ما جاءهم العلم بغيا بينهم إن ربك يقضي بينهم يوم القيامة فيما كانوا فيه يختلفون. And this expression that's used here in ayah 17, فما اختلفوا إلا من بعد ما جاءهم العلم بغيا بينهم, meaning yet after all this knowledge had been given to them, they differed out of mutual envy, jealousy. This expression is repeated many times in the Quran, and not only in reference to the children of Israel, but to all of humankind as well, as in Surah Al-Baqarah, for instance. And the term here, the term baghi, which is translated as envy, jealousy, actually, if you look at the Arabic dictionary, it means seeking to exceed the just bounds in respect to that which one aims at. You aim at something, but you seek to exceed what is just. That's baghyan. And it also means the acting wrongfully, tyrannically, because we are told in the one who envies acts toward the envied, the party he envies. So his endeavor is to cause by guile the blessing of God upon the envied to depart from him. So you don't want the other person to be blessed. You want the blessing to, even if I can't get it, I don't want the others to have it. It's also explained as baghyan as the seeking or endeavoring to act corruptly, wrongly, unjustly, or exceeding the due bounds or just limits. And so this is the passing beyond the bound of what is true or right to do what is false and wrong. So baghi is not just when you read English and you feel jealousy, envy, so like it doesn't feel like very bad. But when you read the word baghi, the original, it has many connotations. So baghi refers to exalting oneself over others and oppressing them, and this leads to corruption and injustice and tyranny and deviation from haqq, from what is right and true and justice. So it is understood that these people who were favored with the blessings of scripture, the divine revelation and divine guidance, therefore, and wisdom and prophets, messengers that came to bring them the message and embody it and teach it to them and show them the way to haqq, the way to righteousness. They did not differ over the truth. They differed baghyan. It means we are told they had already been given knowledge, yet they transgressed the boundaries of what they knew was justice. And so they acted wrongfully and ungratefully, meaning that they opposed the truth after it had come to them and evidence has been established against them. So nothing made them resist in this way. Resist meaning they didn't surrender to the guidance, they didn't surrender to the wisdom and truth that was revealed unto them, taught to them, given to them. They resisted it because of, and that was just because of their transgression and ingratitude, not because they didn't know. And it's clear that this is a case of ingratitude because the one who is grateful for the truth, for the scripture, for the guidance, for the wisdom, whoever is grateful will treasure it and appreciate it. And how do we treasure something and appreciate it? In the case of divine guidance and truth, by emulating it, by living according to it and not deviating from it. And whenever we deviate, it is not out of knowledge, but out of ignorance, out of forgetfulness. And immediately, as soon as we remember, we seek for forgiveness. But here it's clearly not talking about that, it's talking about transgression. So we're told that God favored the children of Israel by blessing them with scriptures and wisdom, and he sent them messengers to guide them and remind them of the straight path of haqq, of truth and justice. Yet, instead of being grateful and following the guidance and living in according with the bestowed wisdom, they turned away from the truth and differed. And why are we told all this? Not in order not to do the same thing ourselves, as is clear from the next ayah. So the next ayah, ayah 18, we are told, ثم جعلناك على شريعة من الأمر فاتبعها ولا تتبع أهواء الذين لا يعلمون. Then we have set you on a way by which the purpose of faith may be fulfilled. So follow it, follow the way that we set you upon, على شريعة, and do not follow the whims of those who do not know. So they don't know, although they were given the knowledge. So just because we are given the knowledge doesn't mean that we know. As we had noticed before the ayat, people after they know some of the meanings of the ayat, they still ignore it, don't take it seriously, and some even mock it. And actually, when we know and we don't follow it and we don't take it seriously, that's a kind of mocking it, like I don't have to actually stop and laugh at it. If I don't take it seriously, that's I'm not treasuring it. I don't care about it. It means truly, our true belief is what we live by, not what we claim. And the next ayah, ayah 19, we're told, behold, they could never be of any avail to you if you were to defy the will of God, for truly such wrongdoers are but friends and protectors of one another, whereas God is the protector of all who are conscious of him. إنهم لن يغنوا عنك من الله شيئا وإن الظالمين بعضهم أولياء بعض والله ولي المتقين. That means we're told not to be ungrateful. Well, we're taught to be grateful, let's say. Let's put it positively. We're taught to be grateful for this guidance and live by it, and not to fall, not to do like the other people. Here is the children of Israel. From in other passages, it's every all humankind, because we all are created with the same inclinations. But that particular group is given because they are people who were blessed with so many blessings, with so many messengers and prophets. So if they can fall into jealousy and rivalry and transgression, then it means don't take it for granted that just because you have this Quran, you have this beautiful guidance, you are immune to falling into transgression.
Sister Yamina, I just want to take a moment to really highlight what you have just said regarding taking these verses personally, because we can read it about some other people. And it's really interesting that the Quran keeps bringing up the case of children of Israel for us. And it's really, could we say that, I mean, this is what I've been thinking, they actually represent the whole humanity, because humanity has been given so much. And then yet, as human beings, we have also have been so ungrateful. Even in the story of Prophet Adam, the first human being created, there's this kind of incredible وَلَقَدْ كَرَّمْنَا بَنِي آدَمَ. We have honored a human being, and at the same time, human being has been ظَلُومًا جَهُولًا, has been ignorant and unjust. So, the story of children of Israel, like other stories, examples in the Quran, are really about us. And it's I think very important to note this. In a very different context, this making association. Today I was reading in a very different context, somebody else, an author, a British author from 17th century, he was talking about actually the Bible. And he's a skeptical, I guess he was an agnostic or atheist for his time. And he says, well, this Bible is so interesting because it's talking about some people arbitrarily chosen as the favorites of God. And then, and then that they have the author of the text happens to be from those people, his own country people. He's trying to say we are chosen. And then if you look at it from that perspective, the whole thing is so ridiculous, like why would God arbitrarily choose the people and just favor them? And then like this whole story of being special. Of course, I would say he's, misreading even the Bible, but we should not have this notion that some people are just arbitrarily chosen or some people are arbitrarily cursed. It's really about the human story where we are all blessed by the very fact that we have been created and we have been given different signs. And it's just that it's easier to talk about tangible people, tangible stories. So children of Israel comes a lot in the Quran from the very beginning, from the Surah 2 onwards. But we should not turn that into another, people, oh, look at them. They mess it up. But of course, it's them, not us. That kind of dichotomy completely goes against
that would be again falling into exactly what we are being warned against, which is instead of being grateful for the blessings that were given through them, some of them started, being arrogant and saying we are the chosen people. And when we say this is about them, we are putting ourselves, even if we don't say it openly, into the chosen people category. Like as if you are chosen, you are beyond any faults or mistakes. And here it's that's why the ayah 19 right after that, ayah 18 right after that, it says, we have set you on a way by which the purpose of faith may be fulfilled, so follow this way and don't follow the whims of those who do not follow the truth, who do not know. Actually, in the ayah I was thinking about is in one of them, where this same expression is being used, which is what was it? وما اختلف فيه إلا ما بعد من بعد ما جاءتهم. Well, here it's a little bit different, but in what we just saw, we said إلا ما بعد فما اختلفوا إلا من بعد ما جاءهم العلم بغيا بينهم. And in ayah 213 of Surah Al-Baqarah, we are told all humankind were once one single community. Then they began to differ among themselves, whereupon God sent to them, let's say, ba'atha, the prophets as messengers